Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cyrus gets vengeful Cassadine from Alexis. Does Sam's mother receive the greatest retaliation? According to General Hospital teasers, Alexis Davis has embarked on a quest for justice after learning that Sam McCall's death was premeditated. Alexis will soon pursue Cyrus Renault because she intends to track down and hold accountable the person responsible for Sam's digitalis overdose. Jocelyn Jacks, Elizabeth Baldwin, Lucas Jones, and Lucky Spencer are among the characters who are already certain that Cyrus is responsible for the spate of fatalities in Port Charles. Since Alexis just started an inquiry, she will soon receive updates on all of Cyrus's accusations. Alexis will be even more motivated to exact retribution and put an end to this menace after Cyrus is identified as the main suspect. All of Sam's loved ones were devastated by her passing, but it appears that Alexis was the one who was most affected. Watching Alexis snuggle up to Sam's body and complain about how little time she had with her kid was painful. But for this plot, Alexis' anger will take center stage, pushing her melancholy to the side. Will Alexis be furious enough to accept her Cassadine side completely and defeat Cyrus on her own? Alexis might conclude that Cyrus is not cut out for prison and opt to condemn him to the same fate as Sam. For GH fans who want Cyrus to be held accountable, this could mean some exciting stuff for Alexis. With all of her planning, Alexis might still create some drama even if she is unable to get rid of Cyrus. Watching Alexis take matters into her own hands and at least try to kill Cyrus would be entertaining. We'll give you more predictions on Alexis's next Cyrus-related actions because she might risk going back to jail in her quest for vigilante justice. Will Cyrus ultimately be eliminated by someone else, or will Alexis be the one to destroy him? According to General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus will always have some unpleasant news to deal with, so don't miss any of the exciting moments that lie ahead. Alexis goes vengeful Cassadine on Cyrus, Sam's mom gets the ultimate payback? General Hospital fans are in for a wild ride as Alexis Davis embarks on a dark and thrilling journey of revenge. The loss of Sam McCall has shaken Port Charles to its core, but no one is more devastated than her mother. Once Alexis discovers that Sam's demise was no accident but a calculated murder, she is set on a warpath, and her target is none other than Cyrus Renault. Cyrus has long been a menace in Port Charles, and many already suspect him of orchestrating several fatal events. Characters like Lucas Jones, Lucky Spencer, Elizabeth Baldwin, and Jocelyn Jacks are all convinced that Cyrus is responsible for the latest string of deaths, including Sam's tragic overdose. However, it is Alexis who takes it upon herself to ensure justice is served, by any means necessary. Alexis' devastation turns to determination. Sam's death was a crushing blow, one that left Alexis reeling. As she lay beside her daughter's lifeless body, Alexis grieved not just for the loss but for the time that was stolen from them. That grief soon transforms into something much darker, a seething, relentless thirst for vengeance. Alexis has spent years trying to move past her Cassadine lineage, determined to remain on the side of morality, but this tragedy may be the tipping point that pushes her into the shadows of her family's ruthless legacy. As Alexis begins her investigation, she meticulously gathers every piece of evidence she can find. At first, she wants to ensure that Cyrus is truly responsible. She doesn't want to act rashly, but as the clues start adding up, there is no doubt in her mind, Cyrus murdered Sam, and he must pay the ultimate price. The Cassadine bloodline awakens. Alexis has always distanced herself from the darker aspects of the Cassadine name. Unlike her more infamous relatives, she has prided herself on her legal career and her ethical standing. But what happens when justice cannot be served through the legal system? What happens when the law isn't enough? That's when the Cassadine instincts begin to stir inside her. This isn't the first time Alexis has encountered tragedy. She has fought demons, both external and internal, for years. She has battled alcoholism, suffered through loss, and been a victim of cruel twists of fate. But this time, she isn't just going to endure the pain, she's going to channel it into something deadly. Alexis may start off by working within the law, but soon, she realizes that playing by the rules won't bring Cyrus down. He is too powerful, too cunning. He has escaped justice too many times. If she wants to make him pay, she has to be willing to step into the darkness herself. The hunt for Cyrus begins. With the help of some unlikely allies, Alexis begins orchestrating a plan to take Cyrus down. She enlists the aid of Damian Spinelli, whose hacking skills can provide valuable intel. Sonny Corinthos, always eager to rid Port Charles of Cyrus, is intrigued by Alexis' transformation. He warns her that this path is dangerous, but there's a glimmer of admiration in his eyes as he sees how determined she has become. Jordan Ashford and Dante Falconeri, both law enforcers, are skeptical of Alexis' growing obsession. They try to reason with her, cautioning her against crossing the line. But Alexis has already made up her mind. She isn't looking for an arrest, she's looking for an execution. Meanwhile, Cyrus starts to realize that Alexis is no longer a grieving mother, she's a formidable opponent. He underestimates her at first, believing she lacks the ruthlessness necessary to go through with any real retaliation. But as Alexis begins dismantling his operations, hitting him where it hurts, Cyrus starts to see her for what she truly is, a woman with nothing left to lose. A deadly showdown. The confrontation between Alexis and Cyrus is inevitable. As the tension builds, so do the stakes. Alexis sets a trap, luring Cyrus into a secluded location under the guise of negotiation. But this isn't a discussion, this is an execution. Armed and prepared, Alexis stands face to face with the man who took her daughter's life. Cyrus, ever the manipulator, tries to turn the situation to his advantage. He taunts Alexis, reminding her of her failures, of her past weaknesses. He tries to convince her that she doesn't have it in her to pull the trigger. But he's wrong. Alexis has changed. She is no longer the woman who would let justice slip through the cracks. Whether or not she actually pulls the trigger, one thing is certain, Cyrus Renault's days are numbered. Important decisions, honest disclosures, promise agreement. Thursday, January 30th. General Hospital spoilers and updates hint at important decisions, sincere admissions, and commitments. Jason Morgan makes a pledge pact, Dante Falconeri makes an honest confession, and Lois Cerullo supports important decisions. Spoilers for General Hospital, important decisions. Maintaining a conversation between mother and daughter with Brooklyn Quartermaine Chase, she is urged by Lois to make some important decisions. After Brooklyn informs her that Harrison Chase is sterile and they talk about the baby that Brooklyn gave away, she tells her that it is her decision. Considering the situation and the fact that she has never told Chase despite her decision to not keep secrets, Brooklyn contemplated whether or not to tell him. Brooklyn came to the realization that her sole biological kid might be the baby she gave away when she was a teenager. She didn't even meet the kid at delivery, so she couldn't tell if it was a boy or a girl. Spoilers, choosing what to do. Still speaking to her mother, Brooklyn has decided to inform Lois that she must tell Chase about the teen pregnancy she had. She is aware that, despite his deep pain at not being able to father a kid, Chase wants her to be happy and that, at the very least, she has a child, somewhere, she hopes. Naturally, given Chase works as a detective, he could wish to look for her adult child and place it for adoption. It could lead to some unpleasant situations if Brooklyn decides to look for the child, just to make sure they are alive and doing well. Lois appears to be far more knowledgeable of her grandchild who was given up for adoption than she acknowledges. See also, General Hospital spoilers, Sasha, Jason, and Michael love triangle, baby daddy comes back to get his ex? Spoilers for General Hospital, honest disclosures. In another passage, Dante tells Chase the truth about the terrible information he discovered regarding Sam McCall's death. Naturally, Chase needs to know since he works for the PCPD and there is a murder investigation on involving Sam, another GH patient, and Dex Heller. However, there is a depressing side effect to the terrible news that Anna Devane told him at GH. Dante informs Chase that he will now think about Sam whenever he sees Lulu Spencer. Because Sam's liver donation saved Lulu's life, Lulu has a very real part of Sam inside of her. GH spoilers, Lulu and Maxie talk in another scene. Lulu confides in Maxie Jones, seemingly feeling bad about a problem. Lulu is informed by Maxie that feeling bad over something that isn't even her fault will just make her feel worse. When Anna informed Dante that Sam's death was a murder rather than a medical mishap or strange, deadly reaction to anything, Lulu was present. Given that she wouldn't have been in the hospital and would still be alive, she's probably talking about feeling bad for Sam for giving her liver. But Maxie will probably tell her that Lulu probably wouldn't be here today if she hadn't. Spoilers for General Hospital, sadness and anger. After learning from Portia Robinson that Sam's killing was premeditated, Alexis Davis is clearly not taking it well. Alexis, who shares a legal office with Diane Miller, is overcome with grief and annoyance. After Portia informed her that the police were involved, she became determined to track down Sam's killer on her own. Christina Corinthos Davis and Molly Lansing Davis will also be shocked to learn. Meanwhile, Alexis is causing Diane anxiety as she loses her temper, hurling files everywhere, and yelling that she has no idea what to do. The Promise Pact in GH spoilers. Sasha Corbin, who just felt her and Michael Corinthos' baby kick, makes a promise pact while they are still outside on the boathouse deck. She doesn't want him or her to be a pawn in a complicated custody battle involving his elder children, and Sasha doesn't want anybody to know that her baby is Michael's. Sasha didn't want anybody to know the baby was Michael's, but Jason already knew they had spent the night together, and he is determined to protect her and the child. He won't tell anyone what he knows, though, so he won't back down from Sasha or the pregnancy scenario. He does, however, inform Sasha that he will retreat as soon as Michael himself instructs him to do so. Spoilers for General Hospital, requesting favors. Carly Spencer needs to ask Jack Brennan, who was with her in Baden-Baden, Germany, after a very close encounter with Valentine Cassadine, a favor. Jackley is undoubtedly approaching, and it's possible that they have already spent the night together or will. He was sort of forced to acknowledge part of his mission because Carly saved his life and scared Valentine away while he was about to strangle him. Given Willow serving as Michael's medical proxy, it was surprising that Carly was receiving updates from his doctors. What could she possibly need from Brennan this time? Crucial choices, true confessions, promise pact, General Hospital spoilers and updates for Thursday, January 30th. The latest episode of General Hospital brings forth emotional turmoil, shocking revelations, and intense confrontations. From Brooklyn Quartermaine Chase facing a pivotal decision to Dante Falconeri's heartbreaking confession, the drama intensifies. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis grapples with devastating grief, and Jason Morgan makes a solemn promise pact. Let's dive into the unfolding storylines and what they mean for our beloved Port Charles residents. Crucial choices, Brooklyn's past comes to light. Brooklyn Quartermaine Chase continues her heart-to-heart conversation with her mother, Lois Cerullo. Lois encourages her daughter to make some crucial choices regarding her past and future. Brooklyn confesses the deep secret she has harbored for years, the baby she gave up for adoption as a teenager. This revelation is particularly emotional now that she has learned her husband, Harrison Chase, is sterile. Brooklyn struggles with the decision of whether to tell Chase about the child she gave away. She has always prided herself on honesty, yet this is a truth she has never shared. The emotional weight of knowing that her biological child might be her only one makes her decision all the more difficult. Lois listens intently, offering motherly advice but ultimately leaving the choice to Brooklyn. However, she appears to know more about the situation than she is letting on. Could Lois have secretly kept track of her grandchild all these years? A life-changing decision. After much contemplation, Brooklyn decides to tell Chase about the child. She knows that even though Chase cannot father a biological child, he loves her deeply and would want her to find happiness. The thought of her child being out there, somewhere, unsettles her. Perhaps it is time to find out what became of them. Brooklyn's revelation could change everything. If Chase, a dedicated detective, decides to search for the child, what will he uncover? And will Brooklyn be prepared for what she finds? The mystery surrounding her child's whereabouts promises to be a compelling storyline in the weeks to come. True confessions, Dante's emotional burden. Elsewhere, Dante Falconeri faces an emotional confrontation with Chase. He shares the horrifying news he learned from Anna Devane about the circumstances surrounding Sam McCall's death. With a murder investigation now underway, Chase must be informed. Dante's grief is compounded by an unexpected connection. Sam's liver donation saved Lulu Spencer's life. Every time he looks at Lulu, he is reminded that a piece of Sam now lives within her. This revelation weighs heavily on him, adding to his already overwhelming emotions. Lulu's guilt and Maxie's support. Meanwhile, Lulu confides in Maxie Jones about her complicated feelings regarding Sam's death. She feels guilty, believing that if Sam had not been in the hospital, she would still be alive. Maxie, ever the voice of reason, tells Lulu that guilt will not change anything. If not for Sam's organ donation, Lulu might not be here today. Despite Maxie's reassurances, Lulu continues to struggle. Survivor's guilt is not easy to overcome, and with a murder investigation underway, emotions will only intensify. Will Lulu find a way to move forward, or will her guilt consume her? Grief and frustration, Alexis breaking point. Alexis Davis is not coping well with the news of Sam's murder. In a fit of grief and frustration, she loses control in the law office she shares with Diane Miller. She throws files across the room, yelling that she does not know what to do. Her daughters, Molly Lansing Davis and Christina Corinthos Davis, will be stunned when they learn of Sam's tragic fate. The Corinthos family is no stranger to loss, but this particular tragedy will hit close to home. Diane, a pillar of strength, tries to calm Alexis down. But will Alexis listen, or will her grief drive her to make reckless choices? As a skilled attorney, Alexis might be tempted to take justice into her own hands. If so, what lengths will she go to in order to find Sam's killer? Promise Pact, Jason and Sasha's secret. On the boathouse deck, Sasha Corbin feels her baby kick, a moment both joyous and nerve-wracking. She confesses to Jason Morgan that she does not want anyone to know the truth. Her baby is Michael Corinthos' child. Sasha is determined to protect her baby from being used as a pawn in a twisted custody battle involving Michael's older children. Jason, ever the loyal protector, promises to keep her secret. However, he makes it clear that he will back off the moment Michael himself demands the truth. Michael's dilemma. Michael remains unaware of the true paternity of Sasha's child. If and when he learns the truth, how will he react? With family dynamics already complex, this revelation could add another layer of tension. For now, Sasha and Jason's pact stands. But secrets in Port Charles never stay hidden for long. Will this promise pact hold, or will the truth inevitably come to light? Asking favors, Carly's mysterious mission in Germany. Carly Spencer remains in Baden-Baden, Germany, alongside Jack Brennan. Their situation becomes even more complicated when Valentine Cassadine nearly strangles Jack. Carly intervenes, forcing Valentine to back off, but the close call leaves Jack shaken. Now, Carly needs a favor from Jack. Having saved his life, she is in a position to make demands. But what does she need from him? With Michael's medical situation still uncertain and Willow holding his proxy, Carly might be seeking information that only Jack can provide. Jack and Carly's dynamic is evolving, and their time in Germany could have lasting repercussions. As secrets unfold, one thing is certain, Carly is not one to back down from a challenge. Final thoughts, a storm of emotions in Port Charles. Thursday's episode of General Hospital is packed with emotional depth, shocking confessions, and life-altering decisions. Brooklyn's revelation about her long-lost child could change her and Chase's future. Dante's grief over Sam's death is compounded by Lulu's survival. Alexis spirals into uncontrollable rage, desperate for justice. Jason and Sasha make a promise pact that could unravel at any moment. And Carly, always in the thick of intrigue, seeks a mysterious favor in Germany. After being kicked out of the Quartermain family, Drew exacts his ultimate retribution by taking ELQ away. Drew Quartermain of General Hospital has nothing left to lose when Monica Quartermain shunned him for betraying Michael Corinthos. Additionally, he is unable to see Willow Corinthos on the Quartermain property since Tracy Quartermain has barred him from it. Not only their wealth and influence, but also their business. Could Drew steal ELQ, the Quartermain's most prized possession? Spoilers for General Hospital, Drew Quartermain acts. For many years, ELQ has been a prosperous company that is deeply ingrained in the Quartermain family. They all care about it, but Tracy and Ned Quartermain in particular. Nothing can stop Drew from taking charge of it and stealing it from his family now that they have disowned him. All he needs to do is think of something. He would need to gain a dominant stake. GH spoilers, a deal is negotiated by Martin Gray. In addition to serving as Drew's lawyer, Martin Gray was also employed by Valentine Cassadine, who is currently a wanted criminal but at the time held the majority of ELQ's stock and a controlling interest. Martin could certainly work out an agreement that would give Drew controlling stake in Valentine's stock. Martin could even get in touch with Martin directly and ask him to give Drew his shares. Even though Ned is now working to resolve this problem, Drew could overcome it and take charge on his own. If Drew were in charge of the Quartermaines, this would drive them crazy. General Hospital spoilers: ELQ's CEO is Drew Quartermaine. Drew would appoint himself CEO and seize control of ELQ after gaining a majority stake, which would infuriate every Quartermaine. In addition to being retaliation for Michael snatching Aurora Media from him, this would be the ultimate form of retaliation against them. If Drew did this, Tracy and Ned in particular would go crazy. GH spoilers, how do you feel? What are your thoughts? Now that Drew has been disowned, do you believe he will get ELQ? Do you believe Martin will assist Drew? Drew would seek retribution from the family that had evicted him. What is the most important thing that Drew could take away for the Quartermaines? Sasha's new baby problem, Drew targeted, Sonny's prognosis. As General Hospital kicks off the week of February 3, 2025, viewers can expect a whirlwind of drama, intrigue, and shocking developments. Sasha Gilmore Corbin faces a brand new baby dilemma that could change her life forever. Meanwhile, Drew Kane Quartermaine becomes a target as powerful enemies plot against him. Sonny Corinthos also has a significant week ahead as he learns more about his heart condition, a revelation that could impact his relationships and decisions. With Cyrus Renault's looming downfall, the stakes are higher than ever for those seeking justice, while personal entanglements continue to complicate lives in Port Charles. Let's take a deep dive into what's coming up in the ABC soap opera next week. Sasha Gilmore Corbin's baby problem. Sasha has been through more than her fair share of heartbreak, from losing her son Liam to battling drug addiction and grieving Brando Corbin's tragic death. Just as she's begun to rebuild her life, a new problem threatens to turn everything upside down. Rumors suggest that Sasha might discover she's pregnant, but the paternity of the baby is in question. After a whirlwind romance with Cody Bell, there's a strong possibility that he's the father. However, could Jason Morgan be a surprise contender in this equation? Cody has been protective of Sasha, but if he assumes she and Jason were involved, tensions could rise, leading to misunderstandings and heartache. Complicating matters further, Sasha's pregnancy might come with unexpected medical complications. Given her past struggles, she will have to make tough decisions about her health and the baby's future. Will she lean on Cody, or could this drive a wedge between them? Drew Kane Quartermaine's targeted attack. Drew Kane's political ambitions have made him a target in Port Charles. As he climbs the ranks, enemies lurk in the shadows, waiting to strike. Curtis Ashford and Nina Reeves decide to take matters into their own hands, aiming to derail Drew's political career. At the same time, Drew's personal life is on the fast track. His relationship with Willow Tate Corinthos is moving at an accelerated pace, and with a big house and the responsibility of being a stepmother to Scout Quartermaine, Willow might start feeling overwhelmed. Will she pump the brakes before things go too far? Meanwhile, an unknown adversary seeks to eliminate Drew before he can gain more power. As his past with Carly Corinthos remains a contentious issue, could his enemies use her as a pawn in their game? Or will Drew be forced to fight against unseen forces who want to bring him down? Sonny Corinthos' heart prognosis. Sonny has always been known for his resilience and strength, but even the toughest mob boss isn't invincible. Next week, Sonny travels to Los Angeles for a consultation with his cardiologist. The results of his checkup could change the course of his future, not only impacting his personal life but also his standing as the kingpin of Port Charles. Natalia Ramirez remains a steadfast presence in Sonny's life, but she faces a difficult predicament. Will Sonny confide in her about his condition, or will he choose to keep the truth from those he loves? Maxie Jones has already warned Natalia about the dangers of being in Sonny's orbit, and with the person who burned Michael Corinthos still on the loose, Sonny may push her away for her own safety. If Sonny's condition worsens, who will step up to take control of his empire? Could this pave the way for Dex Heller's shocking return, or will Jason Morgan be forced to reclaim his old role? Cyrus Renault's downfall. Cyrus Renault has been playing a dangerous game for far too long, and his luck may finally be running out. With Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Baldwin closing in on key clues, Cyrus could find himself backed into a corner. Jocelyn Jacks has also been on the right track and even had the audacity to warn Cyrus about what's coming. Unfortunately, her actions may put her in grave danger, along with Lucky and Liz. Will they be able to expose Cyrus before he strikes back? Double Justice, Sam McCall and Dex Heller's murders. Cyrus' reign of terror has left many victims in its wake, but perhaps none more tragic than Sam McCall and Dex Heller. The news of Sam's murder leaves Alexis Davis reeling, and she is determined to find those responsible. Similarly, Portia Robinson has the heartbreaking task of informing Anna Devane about Dex's fate. Cyrus is an expert at covering his tracks, making it difficult for law enforcement to pin anything on him. However, Sam and Dex's loved ones are not willing to wait for justice. Will they take matters into their own hands and seek vengeance against the man who destroyed their families? Anna Devane's suspicion and Jen Sidwell's deception. Anna Devane has her sights set on Jen Sidwell, believing he could be a key player in the ongoing chaos. However, Sidwell is nothing if not crafty, and he's ready to stay one step ahead of Anna's investigation. Could Anna's relentless pursuit put her in the crosshairs of another enemy? With the town already shaken by recent tragedies, another attack could push tensions past the breaking point. Cody Bell's misunderstanding about Jason Morgan and Sasha. Cody Bell has been a strong supporter of Sasha, but he may soon get the wrong idea about her connection with Jason Morgan. If Cody believes Sasha and Jason are involved romantically, it could drive a wedge between them. Given Sasha's delicate emotional state, will she be able to handle yet another heartbreak? Or will Jason's unexpected involvement in her life provide her with much-needed stability? The fallout from Curtis Ashford and Nina Reeves' plan. Curtis and Nina are not ones to sit idly by while Drew climbs the political ladder. Their decision to target his campaign could have lasting repercussions, not just for Drew but for those closest to him. With Curtis still dealing with his own complicated personal life, is he making a mistake by getting involved in something that could backfire? Willow Tate Corinthos hesitation. Willow has been through hell and back, from her cancer battle to the loss of her biological mother, Harmony Miller. Now, with Drew moving fast in their relationship, she may start to feel overwhelmed. Stepping into a parental role for Scout Quartermain is no small task, and Willow might find herself second-guessing her choices. Will she take a step back before making a lifelong commitment? Final thoughts. With life-altering decisions, shocking revelations, and high-stakes showdowns, General Hospital promises an explosive week of drama. As Sasha navigates a new pregnancy dilemma, Drew fights against unseen enemies, and Sonny confronts his mortality, Port Charles is in for a week full of twists and turns. Stay tuned to find out what happens next in General Hospital.